Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine today. So, let us continue with our next lesson, and that is the air. Yes, you see, is there air everywhere? Do you see air? No, we cannot see the air, but is there air? Yes, there is air. How can we say that there is air in the atmosphere? Because we can feel the air. Even though we are not able to see the air, but we can feel the air, right? So, let us see what exactly is the air. So, air is the earth's atmosphere. So, you see the ground and above ground, whatever atmosphere is there, that atmosphere it contains air. Okay, then basically air, it is a mixture of so many gases. See, we will see the components of air, like whatever is present in the air, but for now what we can see is it is the mixture of so many gases, dust particles in it, right? Moisture is also present in the air, and air is a clear gas in which all the living things live and they breathe. If there is no air, can we live? No, we need air, right? We take oxygen which is present in the air, and hence we can live. Otherwise, if there is no air, we can't breathe, and ultimately we cannot live. So air is very very much important for all the living organisms, not only us, but for all the living organisms the air is very necessary. Then it has, if you see, is there does the air have any shape? No, the air does not have any specific shape. So we can say it has indefinite shape. Like you can see the air, you are here in the Jamnagar. If you will go to some other state, if you will go to some other country, or you will go anywhere on the earth, yes, of course, on the earth only. So if you will go anywhere at any place, there will be the presence of air. So air does not have any shape, it does not have any specific volume, it is present everywhere, right? With a tremendous volume and with the tremendous shape. And also air does not have any color, it does not have any smell also, right? Do you smell the air? No, it does not have any color, it doesn't have any smell, but yes, it has a mass and it has a weight. Air, because it is a mixture, so there are some particles present in it, right? So there we've seen it is the composition of some gases and the dust particles. And if there is something present in the atmosphere, keep this rule in mind: whenever there is something present in the nature, that always has a mass and weight. There is nothing which does not have mass and weight. Everything whatever is present in the nature will have either, okay, the mass will be very 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 small, it could be negligible, but it will definitely have a mass. So air, it is spreaded over so long area, so of course it has a mass and weight, and hence it creates the atmospheric pressure. Okay, the mass, if you have kept a mass, if some mass is kept on your head, it will have a pressure on your head, right? So this is how air, it has mass and weight, and hence it has pressure. Okay, and as you see in the space there is no air, then we say that is a vacuum. Okay, when there is no air, there is nothing, just empty space, there is nothing at all in the space. It is there is nothing, so that is the vacuum. Okay, but the air, if there is air, then it has mass and weight, and it creates a pressure always. Okay, and that we call atmospheric pressure. So, and you see air is present everywhere, and air, it moves. Okay, always the air will move, and the moving air is only called as the wind. Okay, the moving air is called as the wind. Now, as I said, that air, it has mass, it has weight, then of course there is something, it is a matter, right? We would say that air is a matter. Any matter, it will need space. Yes, if it has mass, if it has weight, although we cannot see it, but then if it has mass and weight, then it will occupy space. Okay, so that is very obvious. So let us test, or let us see with an activity whether the air occupies space or not. Let us see what we need to do. Just take, you take an empty bottle and invert that. Okay, that is inverted and dip it in the water. Then will the water enter into that bottle? You can try, it is very simple. Okay, you can take an empty bottle, you can take a glass, and then just try to dip it inverted, okay, into the water. The water will not go inside that if you are keeping it inverted as in the first case. But look at the second diagram, it is a bit tilted. If you tilt that, then what happens? Okay, firstly, when the water is not going inside, why is it not going inside? If you are filling something, if you are filling some can or something, उसमें अगर कुछ डालना हो तो वो नहीं जाएगा. इफ देर इज ऑलरेडी समथिंग प्रेजेंट इन इट, तो ऊपर से कुछ जाएगा नहीं. तो सेम इज द केस, बॉटल में कुछ है जिसकी वजह, देर इज समथिंग, सम मास, इसीलिए वाटर नहीं जा रहा है. What is that? That is air. Okay, so the air, it has occupied the space, so it will not allow the water के लिए, there is no space, hence the water will not go inside. But then when you tilt the bottle or tilt that empty bottle or glass, whatever you have taken, so what you can see the bubble. Okay, you can actually see the bubbles दिखेंगे आपको. What are those bubbles? That is the air bubble. air जो bottle से बाहर निकल रही है. And then if the air has gone out, then of course there is a place for water, and then slowly the water will enter into the bottle. You can try this. And what this activity tells us, that air occupies a space. So air always occupies the space. Okay, आपने देखा होगा हम जो पैकेट्स भरते हैं उसमें air, okay, that and that also that occupies the space. So that is what air occupies the space. Then let us see some properties of air. As I said, the air does not have any smell, it does not have any color, and it is transparent. Of course, air जो हर जगह होती है वो transparent है, तभी तो we can see the other objects. Otherwise, we would not be able to see the objects. Air अगर transparent नहीं होती. So air is transparent. And you see, earth के around जो भी envelope है of air around the earth, that is called atmosphere. How do we define atmosphere? The envelope of air, earth है, earth के like from the surface till some height, till some kilometers above, there is a layer. air है वहाँ पे, हर जगह पे air है. that we call as the atmosphere. So the envelope of air around the earth is called as the atmosphere of earth. Okay, that is called atmosphere of earth. And you see surface के नज़दीक, if you see near by the surface, air is present everywhere up to certain kilometers above the earth surface. But as you go higher, जैसे mountain पे वगैरह अगर गए आप, okay, as you go higher above the surface of earth, तो the thickness of air जो है it becomes less. Okay, the thickness जैसे नज़दीक near to the surface you see there is very thick air, like more amount of dust particles, more amount of air, that is mixture of gases, so many gases are present. As you go up, the gases becomes less in number, less in amount, less in percent. dust particles भी नहीं होंगे जितना ऊपर जाओगे. So what we say that the thickness of air it becomes less. And you see we take oxygen from air. So as you go above the surface of earth, higher and higher, so you see there is like the air is less, and hence the oxygen which is in air, that is also less, the amount of oxygen is less. So but we need oxygen for breathing, and उस height पे we don't get sufficient oxygen. So the mountaineers, they always carry oxygen cylinders with them, so that when they go higher, और जब air की density थोड़ी कम हो जाती है, when thickness of air becomes less, oxygen जब oxygen का amount कम हो जाता है, they should get oxygen for breathing, hence they specially carry the oxygen cylinders with them. Okay, so this is the reason. Then as we are talking about air is a mixture of gases, but which gases are present in the air then? So let us see which gases. You can see the circle, and in that some areas are shown, right? So that shows the what is present and in what amount. You see the blue color, that is maximum, so the blue portion is maximum, that is nitrogen. So in the air you see what is present in maximum amount, nitrogen. It is present about 78%. जितना भी एयर है ना, ओवरऑल जितना भी एयर है, उस एयर में यू सी नाइट्रोजन हैज़ द मैक्सिमम परसेंटेज. 78% तो नाइट्रोजन है. देन यू सी द greenish, somewhat greenish portion, in that you see oxygen. So oxygen occupies 21% of the air. इतना ही oxygen है, you see only 21%, and that we use. So many people, so many trees, so many living things, animals also, they use only 21% of oxygen. Yes, तो सोचो नाइट्रोजन कितना होगा, it is 78%. Then there is carbon dioxide which is 0. And जो remaining है, जो पिंक कलर में दिखा है, that those all are the remaining जो भी gases है remaining, they all will be included in that. That means carbon dioxide will be included in that 1%, which is 0.04% again, that much less it is. Then water vapor है, dust, smoke, ये सारे सिर्फ 1% ऑक्यूपाई करते हैं पूरे एयर का. This is the composition of air. Then we will see one by one parts of them. As we have seen, water vapor is present in air, yes. So water vapor, that is very important part of water cycle, and water cycle which you have already learnt in the previous lesson, so I will not repeat that. But as I told you, by evaporation the water जो है, the water droplets they get converted, the water gets converted into vapor और वो ऊपर जाता है, right. So water vapor atmosphere में ही है. So we find water vapors in the atmosphere, that is the one component of air. Now we will see in detail each component of air. The next component is oxygen, which is 21% present in the air. And can we live without oxygen? No. So oxygen is very important, that is very essential for breathing. And second is, it is essential for burning. If you want to burn something, no, there is must that oxygen must be present. If there is no oxygen, nothing can burn. Let us try out and check it with an activity. So there is an activity that air is essential for burning. You can try it. Is very simple. What we need to do, एक candle लेनी है, ठीक है. Take a candle और उसको क्या करना है, just glow the candle. Okay, then what you need to do, after glowing the candle, you take a you can take a glass, transparent glass. Okay, take a transparent glass और वो the candle and glass should be such that you can see in the diagram that glass उसके ऊपर आना चाहिए, ठीक है. It should not touch the candle. तो candle को glue करना है, and then what you need to do, you need to just keep the glass inverted, जैसे it is shown. Keep the glass inverted and look at it. Wait for some time. What will you see? That जो candle है, that will get blown off. क्यों? Why? Because जो glass है which you have kept inverted, inside that glass कुछ तो air होगी. तो जब तक there is air, or rather जब तक there is oxygen, okay, in that glass, in that space, जितना भी space है glass का inside, then the candle will continue. But then जैसे ही वो ऑक्सीजन ख़त्म हो जाएगा जो उस एरिया में है, ग्लास के अंदर के एरिया में, जैसे ही ऑक्सीजन ख़त्म हो जाएगा तो वो कैंडल बुझ जाएगी. So this shows that air is essential for burning. And what in the air? We have seen so many, there are so many components of air, but in that also oxygen is necessary for burning. Okay, so this is the reason. इसीलिए हम क्या करते हैं, किसी को अगर आग लग गई हो, जैसे like someone is getting has got into fire, हम क्या करते हैं, कंबल वगैरह ओढ़ते हैं. क्यों? So that एयर का सप्लाई कट करते हैं हम, right? But what do? We cut the supply of air, and hence the burning will stop. Or we spray water, जिससे water will extinguish the fire. Then this is it. We will continue with the next components of air. By that time, you take care of yourself, stay safe, stay home. Goodbye.